Hello and welcome to TravelDine. Today we have somebody really interesting and somebody who's absolutely flying high at the moment. He's Mr. Anurag Bhatnagar. He's the Chief Operating Officer of the Leela Palaces Hotels and Resorts. It's a group it's been very part of the much of the Indian DNA, but now it's really been recognized internationally 2 years in a row by the readers of Travel and Leisure USA. So it's been voted the most the topmost hotel brand, the number one, second year in a row, and India is really proud of this particular the entire group. And we are very, very happy to have Mr. Bhatnagar join us today to tell us, what his secret sauce is to make this such a great brand. So, all over to you, Mr. Bhatnagar.
No, I think thank you, Priya. I think there's no real secret sauce as such. I think it's a combination of some superlative assets that we are privileged to own and manage. Then it's obviously the passion points of all our as talented associates and the mojo and the spirit and the energy that they bring to their jobs every day. And of course, our guests, our frequent guests, who despite Corona and all the implications, continue to utilize Nida hotels in all locations, and they were very encouraged to see the initiatives that we had taken in terms of protecting our asset quality, maintaining the DNA of our service, and most importantly, taking care of our associates during these difficult times. I think it's a combination of all of this which has translated in the reader's acknowledgement, reader's choice acknowledgement on Travel Leisure to bestow this recognition upon us second time in a row, 2 years in a row.
Great, but tell me, the Leela Group has been around for a long time, and for some time, to be very honest, it had the image of being somewhat dated. People weren't really it wasn't like top of mind for most people when they were traveling somewhere. Although in every city that the Leela exists, people of course had good memories of it, but it wasn't as current. So what have you done, to change that brand perception, that people actually are saying, yes, we must go to the Leela now?
I think a lot of stuff has happened in the last 18 to 20 months. I think what we firstly brought in is, as I mentioned earlier, that we have really absolute quality of assets that we own. The Leela Palace hotels in every city, they are probably and arguably one of the best architectural buildings, and the quality is world class and with authenticity in the terms of art and offerings and programming. We also have absolutely world-class talent, in whether it's our chefs or food and beverage managers and directors or housekeepers or stylists. So the core of the brand was very, very strong always, whether it came to product or it came to programming or the service. What we have been able to do, powered and engined by, I would say, Brookfield, have been able to bring in technology, bring in marketing initiatives, hiring even very, very accomplished talent across various leadership positions, especially at the corporate level, to ensure that the best of global processes, strategy, activations, promotions, and technology could be brought into play. We had a whole next 5 years, and which is what, and I think it's a combination of everything put together, which has tried to bring the Leela Palace Hotels and Resorts and top of the mind recall. Our new website has just gone live, and which is rated very high on both user experience and in terms of technology, which is powered by artificial intelligence and the best of data analytics. We were able to bring in a new customer enabled facing CRM system, even the latest technology in terms of whether it was one-on-one connect with our guests using WhatsApp business as a medium, launching Palace Services as our unique butler services program, taking it to a higher level of personalization, launching ceremonial rituals which celebrate the true Indian luxury and authenticity of Leela as an Indian brand. Where giving pride pins as a pride of affiliation to all our associates, and walking our talk really when it came to our talent, I would say, because the energy comes from there. All the strategies get executed in the hotels, So we wanted to make sure that whether it was being the first company to vaccinate all our people, like we were able to achieve 100% vaccination for all our associates. We also ensured, because of our growth, that our roles and jobs in the company during very very challenging times were not impacted. Rather, we were able to move our people around to ensure everybody had a future to look forward to and a career with the Leela Hotels. And all of that coupled with initiatives, whether it was on sustainability, getting new outfits and uniforms, looking at a water program, and ensuring that the best of India and the essence of India with authenticity was brought for not just our guests but also our associates. That has actually worked well for us and given Anjali and her team and all of us a lot of talking points or conversation starters, as you say, and that has enabled us to acquire new guests. There was a lot of focus on food and beverage because we realized that there's a talent sitting across our hotel with some superlative quality master chefs, whether it is the kitchens of Jamawar or the Megu Lesser or any of other hotels. Our F&B offerings were Michelin class, and we really brought them to the table. And I think the agility and the nimbleness is a new introduction which has really kind of leveraged us and enabled us to reach a slightly higher orbit when it comes to visibility and the brand offerings and the brand expression being brought out more. So that's kind of worked for us.
And do you feel that this agility has come from the change, from being largely a family-owned enterprise, which had its own limitations? There are pros and cons of that, of course. But now that you have a corporate structure which works much more like a proper company, which is more worried about the P&L rather than just about essaying a certain sensibility. So does that work for the company, do you think? No?
No, I don't think it's to do with whether it was a family run business, because I think the passion points and the quality and the standards and the foundations,
Yes.
Everything was laid by the erstwhile ownership. But yes, having a corporate structure, having a business plan, a vision enables us to kind of not just track everything, put it in a particular structure. But I think I would give credit to my team, the leadership, especially at the corporate level, and the diverse talent that we have across our hotels, which we brought in. We brought in the best of the world in terms of technology and the talent in terms of leadership, which has really fueled the engines of growth. That's what, and hence we were able to achieve all of this and a lot more in the which announcements that will happen in the next few months, in the span of 18 months.
So tell us what's on the anvil then, like expansion plans or changes. We're all very eager to find out.
So 2 hotels we already opened this year. We opened a beautiful Leela Palace in Jaipur, which is doing phenomenally well, and which we opened in the month of March. The second opening of this year actually happened last week. We opened the Leela Gandhinagar, again an amazing hotel with over 318 rooms, and accompanied by the Mahatma Mandir Convention Space, which is one of India's largest convention halls. And this is a project which is a very, very prestige project for us and a marquee hotel for us. And it's going to be a destination, world destination, because that's going to be the address where all international conventions, which are India bound, will happen going forward in the future. Then the third opening of this year is happening in Bangalore, Bharatiya City, in another month from now. So these 3 big openings, which is almost 800 keys being opened in a span of less than 8 months, in itself has kept us very busy. But we are already working on a loyalty and an affinity program to recognize and reward our repeat and regular guests. That's a program that's going to be launched in Q4 of this year. I spoke earlier about our sustainability initiatives and our bottling plans in terms of elixir and water program, changing our amenities. Everything that we do at the Leela has to be representation of true Indian luxury. So we use the elements, not just organic but homegrown, to ensure we bring them in a sophisticated way to our customers. So that's also coming across in the next couple of months, if I may say, definitely in Q4. We are also currently evaluating some technology initiatives which will ensure that we use technology as an enabler rather than and beyond just kind of as a support. So like what value does technology add to our guest experience, and what value does technology add to our associate experience, and of course all of this with bringing in efficiencies across all levels. The third last big initiative focused on wellness is a program of Vitality by Leela, which will encompass all pillars of wellness, whether it is cuisine or movement or exercise or nutrition. So all pillars of mental, physical, spiritual, emotional wellness, in addition to physical wellness, called the Vitality by Leela. That's also going to be launched in Q4. And these are going to be brand programs keeping our guest at the center of all these initiatives. So we begin with them and ensure that they continue to recognize Leela as not just an owner and an operator of such luxurious palaces, but also a provider of service from the soul.
And as you rightly said, wellness is the way forward. I mean, India's obviously been recognized in this space, and even I read the announcement by the Travel and Leisure team in the USA talking about you being just an India only hotel and still doing so much, achieving so much. So a group that does that and brings wellness to the forefront is going to benefit, I think, the whole of the country in its own way, because you're projecting that. Yeah. So as India goes, I mean, since now you have so much knowledge about branding, how do you think that India should position itself for the foreign tourists in the coming days? Because post-COVID, how do we change perceptions?
I think we really need to up our marketing. We really need to. And I think we have discovered as Indians that there's so much in India to offer. Once people were, in a sense, forced to explore India, they explore incredible India. So we discovered, and so many of my friends and colleagues came up with new discoveries and new destinations. And today, now we are more educated about our own country. I'm sure it's going to bolster our marketing support. There is so much to do and explore in India, so many destinations which are currently under-visited. So I think the future is very bright, and I'm sure with the marketing and infrastructure and the ease of getting visas, and of course coupled by Suraksha like programs, like we launched Suraksha by the Leela, which was really well received by our international guests. Mm-hmm. Likewise, programs like that which give a sense of security and safety, that their travel partner, the hospitality partner where they intend to spend their time in India with, they are safe, and that's really going to help. So I think it's a bunch of things. So what we are seeing is, and what we are planning to do is to ensure that this messaging that India, now 70% of India is vaccinated, and then 100% of Leela associates are vaccinated, and then our hotels are safe. We have tied up with credible partners which ensure that the Suraksha by the Leela protocols are followed through 100% every day. It is not 97%, it has to be 100% every day. Yeah. For every guest, which is a sense of strong validation and reassurance. That's one, being safety first. And secondly, that we are not services and offerings and programs. So there are a lot of story pegs to do with wellness, with culinary offerings, and how now wellness has to be incorporated into your life. It's not something that you stop and start. It's something that you bring into your life and incorporate into your busy schedule every day. And this is where Vitality really, I think, national guests. We are also looking at wellness and discovering new destinations as a part of our strategy. And we would be using these two channels and these two lanes to ensure that we support all the marketing initiatives of the organization, as well as whatever our tourism departments have planned for.
That's interesting. And also going by the fact that you've opened in Gandhinagar and you're talking about, new destinations, are you planning to develop any new destinations which hitherto haven't had, a presence like the Leela in?
We are, and once we have firmed up our plans, I'll be happy to share them with you.
Oh,
But
that's the
all at a
secret.
kind of what do you call ideation stage. But yes, we would like to have a Leela flag in destinations which offer a great experience, a curated Leela-like experience, and where our regular repeat guests can really uh, feel and that they belong, and it's a Leela. So yes, there are plans for the same.
Well, I look forward to hearing them the next time we speak. For now, I wish you all the best for the coming year and also for next year to maybe get a hat trick with, yet
Looking
another
forward.
award. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Anjali is listening in. So, Anjali, no pressure. We'll work very hard. We will work very hard to, I know, and thank you for that because, as you always keep saying that, it's a great achievement, but, wouldn't it be wonderful that the only hospitality luxury brand to do it 3 years in a row? That would be really a statement. And we are all
It,
gearing up for the same, and our work starts now.
well, wish you all the best.